So I was reading the 2026 ENNIE Award nominations and realized that I already had some books that are in the running. The White Horse of Lowvale, which I'll talk about today, and The Menagerie of Unbearable Things, which I'll just do a quick flip through at the end and show in detail in my next video. I'm rushing to get them out before Ben Milton. They are both by Tania Herrero, who already won an ENNIE last year for Crown of Salt. The White Horse of Lowvale is a short-form adventure that should take 2, maybe 3 sessions to complete. In it, the players are invited to save a village from what turns out to be a couple of really nasty fey creatures. This here is a kelpie, so content warning for drowning, spiders and children in danger. It's system neutral and weighs in at about 50 pages, many of which are just art. As you can see here, the author is not afraid to spend 4 pages just giving you some immersive artwork and barely any writing. But the writing is evocative and it completes and complements the art piece. And for me, that does more than if they'd been filled with text. The old cliché about a picture being 1,000 words? Not a cliché here, as you'll see. So what's going on? The village was built at the edge of a forest that's chock full of fey creatures. Most of them nasty, most of them also someone you can strike a deal with. Some of them will be helpful, some mischievous. Back when the village was founded, a young woman trapped the worst of them, the White Horse, inside a tree. But in present day, a hag made a deal with the horse and then tricked someone into releasing it. And now people from the village are going missing. And things will only get worse if the PCs don't solve it. The hag wants a couple of twins from the village to create a coven, and the horse steals them on the first night of the adventure. My one complaint about this book is that it doesn't provide the info I just told you as a nice summary at the beginning. As a GM, I had to piece it together by, reading the adventure. And while that isn't a huge amount of text by any means, it would have just made it a bit easier. I also would have liked it to include a summary of NPCs. There's over 15 named NPCs, and I count like a troll. 1, too many, lots, and then I'm lost. There are 7 locations in the village, each about half a page of text, so that's pretty good. And while you were hired to put an end to the beast that attacked the villagers, most NPCs aren't very forthcoming. Some don't believe the story, some have things to hide, so you'll first need to do some investigating. Most importantly, you'll have to find the young woman who trapped the White Horse inside a tree all those many years ago. She's now the oldest in the village, and her memory isn't what it used to be, so you'll have to help her remember. And once you do, we get to enjoy some more art as she tells us how she did it, and of the fey creature who helped her do it. And now is the time to journey into the forest and find Nikur, the white beast of Lowvale. It's completely system neutral, so it's described more like a myth than a stat block. It can charm people, it can walk on water and mist, and in proper fairy fashion, its weaknesses are cold iron and its name. We are also given a timeline of what will happen if the PCs fail. After 3 more disappearances, or about 3 nights, the villagers will give it a sacrifice, and the horse will offer them a bargain. The journey itself is done using a partially filled map at the back of the book. There's 4 fixed locations, and others are selected randomly. The main ones include a waterfall where the first disappearance happened, a hut where you can get help, then the home of the hag, and finally the horse's lake. If your players somehow speedrun it, go straight to the horse and already have cold iron to defeat it, I suppose it could be done in 1 session, but there's 6 more locations and also 6 random encounters, triggered when they rest or make too much noise. I love this guy here. A 3-foot frog will give the players a ride on his giant turtle, if they but defeat the redcaps that besiege him like pirates. As they are all fey, many creatures can be bargained with, even the hag and the horse, though you may find their requests unpalatable. But this giant spider, it first tests your strength. and then offers you these sweet spider mounts if you promise to get rid of the hag. The adventure leaves some things abstract. How do you prove your strength when the spiders surround you? If your preferred style is to have these things said explicitly in the text, you may struggle with this. Now, I happen to prefer when things are more abstract because I find it more inspiring that way. But this detail did make me pause, so unless you're confident in your improv speed, you'll want to think about this during your prep. That said, I think this is a wonderful adventure that does a great job of capturing the tropes of dealing with fake creatures. And I don't mean their sanitized modern versions. You'll want to read the whole thing and make some notes before you run it, but I don't think that's a big ask. And now super briefly for the Menagerie of Unbearable Things, which I'll show in full tomorrow. It's nominated as Best RPG Related Product, because this is not a monster manual. This is a book of sad love stories, each story involving or creating a monster. It's heart-wrenching and beautiful, and each story comes with adventure hooks. So, I'll see you tomorrow.